Hey viewer, just a quick disclaimer. So before you watch this amazing podcast involving me, Michael, and Javier, I just want to let you guys know that all three of us saw the movie opening week. It just took a while for the edits, We saw it that opening week. We're not lamos. Alright, enjoy the program. Bye. Hello, welcome to the podcast, a little slice of life, whatever this is.
What the?
Yeah, it's me, Eli. I'm here with Michael, Javier.
Hey.
We're going to be talking about something very special to me, very dear, near to my heart. All of the merchandise around me says one thing. I'm a big fan, just much like anyone else. Yes, Spider-Man.
He's lying,
Yeah,
it's Batman.
Spider-Man, all I gotta say is this is of 2021, best masterpiece of Spider-Man there ever was, for now. Hands down, greatest thing ever to come out of these theaters. That's all. That's it. That's the summary of the movie.
Gonna stretch. Honestly, isn't wrong though. Actually.
All right. See, that's the summary right there. If you don't like it, fight me. I will fight you.
Oh yeah, don't forget.
Right.
Spoiler warning. These are
That's not a
spoilers.
sealer.
These are spoilers. Spoiler alert.
For the new Spider-Man movie, what was the title of it? I don't even know.
No Way Home.
No Way Home?
Yeah.
Spider-Man No Way Home?
Although,
Home Alone.
one thing
Yeah.
though, I will say,
Boston, New York.
if you haven't seen the movie, what's wrong with you? Who are you? You're nobody if you haven't seen it.
Wow.
Straight up. No, straight up. This
Oh
is
no,
the
stop.
biggest movie of the year. If you
This
have
is
not
his
seen it,
fandom speaking.
Yeah.
I will be the biased
Skip this
fan.
part if you don't want to get spoiled. So.
No, I'll
Yeah.
say all the spoilers.
Oh god. Spoiler alert. That's all. Okay, now to the movie.
All right.
Okay,
So,
Eli, you
I'll
started
let
off.
Michael go first.
Really?
since-
Okay.
Yeah, he's like, I guess the
The new one. He hasn't seen
Yeah.
the other two. I've
Yeah.
only seen the one from Far From Home, and then this one. So.
he's the control group. I'm the bias. And you're, I don't know, whatever.
I watch
I-
whatever really if that interests me.
I've seen Spider-Man, like, Tobey Maguire 1 and 2, and then, like, Into the Spider-Verse, and in this. So,
Wait, you haven't seen the third one?
it's
Hold on, wait,
pretty...
you haven't seen
blank.
Spider-Man 3?
I haven't seen
No,
Spider-Man 3.
That's a
I
blessing.
No, man. We gotta see that.
haven't
No.
After
seen
this done, we're watching it.
the
It's so
Bully
bad.
Maguire.
No.
I haven't seen Andrew Garfield.
Andrew Garfield?
His version
fine.
of it. But I did see, I guess I saw the Doctor Strange movie, so it was nice to see how his character kind of ties into this, but I'm still missing like a huge chunk of the Marvel universe.
You're not missing much. You're not missing much.
I'm gonna put some dirt in your eye.
There's
Eli's
how
like,
many
"I beg to
dozens of
differ."
movies that actually are building a narrative. I think that's the good thing, but nonetheless, can you give the summary of the movie?
To the movie.
Who? Me?
You.
Yeah.
Me? All right. I guess I will be the hero this channel needs.
Well, just
All
need a
right, so-
summary. Not an essay.
All right, so here's the summary. No jokes. So pretty much the summary is this
Far
is a
From Home.
continuation from the last movie, Spider-Man No Way Home. One little joke though. He seems to be going further and further away from home. Is he ever going to come home? I don't know. But yeah.
There is no
So No Way Home. He, what's it called? Went, over there, Mysterio, whatever. If you haven't seen that, watch it. I recommend it.
He fought Rey
well,
Mysterio.
Oh, not Rey Mysterio. Mysterio.
Mysterio. If you haven't
Come on,
seen that
man.
movie, again, skip this
Get with
part.
the program. Anyway, so continues from there. He reveals that to the world that Spider-Man is Peter Parker. And from there, shenanigans happen where Peter is like, oh no, everyone knows who I am. Privacy is out the door. Now there's legal, consequences.
Yeah.
Especially since they're claiming that he murdered Mysterio. Or Mysterio.
I want to add something about that.
Yeah,
The
go
funny
ahead.
thing is, like, they said they're doing an investigation, but I felt like it was like a one-sided investigation. They were mostly researching Peter, but not Mysterio's part in general. Like, I felt that was a biased investigation. It was kind of bullshit.
That was a plot hole, if anything.
Was JJ part of it?
No, he was the fake news. That's all I gotta say about that.
That's the one thing that kind of peeved me, is like, it's a one-sided investigation, because if they investigated a little bit more into Mysterio, they would have figured out he was an illusionist. He had this like big lab or organization, if I remember
right.
correctly. Yeah, and the fact that they didn't investigate his side of the story to make sure everything he said was true was kind of bullshit to me, honestly.
Well, to be fair, he claimed he was from another dimension. How are you going to prove otherwise?
But still, even then, he would have had like a base of some sort if he was just crashing in another dimension. Am I not wrong?
Probably. But back to the little summary. So, yeah, him claiming he killed Peter. Peter killed him. The whole thing was like, oh yeah, you did it. And then, how do I say this without being spoiler territory? Okay, so pretty much they get help from a lawyer.
Oh yeah.
And then from there,
that lawyer is great.
Yeah, then from there they're like, oh, he gives them like a good recommendation what to do. They're kind of laying low. Peter's having some kind of it's a conflict where he's trying to get to college, like, much like anyone else. They're struggling to get in because everyone's like, no, you can't come in because you're Spider-Man. And hey, what? Your friends can't come in either because they're just, I don't know, they just know you. It's a liability, I guess. Lawsuit, I don't know. So
it was due to their involvement of recent controversy.
Quotes.
Yeah.
Exactly. Word by word. And then also after that, they were able to, they're just chilling. Oh, hey, guess what? Villains start popping up from other dimensions. Peter's like, what's going on? One of them's like, you're not Peter. And they're like, yeah, I am. He's like, no, you're not. He captures him. Actually, no. Before I skipped a little part. Sorry.
Oh yeah, you skipped a big part.
Yeah, I did. Before that, he goes to Doctor Strange. He's like, hey, can you hook me up with a spell? Kind of make sure no one remembers who I am. He's like, yeah, sure. He's like, hey, can you do this? I want so and so to still remember. Okay. And he keeps adding on people who wants to still remember, messes up the spells, and then opens a can of worms where people are coming in. And yeah, back to that little battle. He now is being told by Doctor Strange, oh, you gotta capture these guys and bring them here. I'll send them back. Okay, great. So he does capture people you love, maybe hate, I don't know. From there, he's like, oh, okay, great. He wants to help him. Oh, I want to help. Okay, that blows up.
In his face, literally.
Sadness, depression happens.
Yeah,
then,
not my favorite universe.
Yeah, and then after that, two brothers come in, and then after that, they fight. So the final finale, they fight on the Statue of Liberty, and then after that, the universe is cracking. Everything is reset, and everything's kind of good. Everyone gets amnesia, and then it just ends off with going to a
bitter
coffee shop.
Bittersweet note, honestly.
Bitter note on a coffee shop. Then you gotta pay rent, and then you're just in a shitty apartment in New York. That's how the movie ends. Spoiler.
Was that apartment a familiar setting in the trilogy?
No, not really. Just
well, I think in the comics he's always crashing in an apartment, isn't he?
Well, in the comics, yes. And the video games, if you want to be more critical too, yes. Pretty much, yeah. He's always in a crappy apartment. That's pretty much
yeah. Oh yeah, you're right about the video game too. actually, now that I think about it,
I feel like if looking at the apartment, remembering it, yeah, I think maybe it is kind of
a familiar
yeah.
Yeah,
because they kind of look the same, unless it's just generic. But
and honestly, that's the next step of him growing up. At this point, he's got no one.
Yeah, he's got to grow up, be a man.
When they showed that scene, I was looking at the apartment, and for some reason, it made me feel that this spot should be familiar to me, but I hadn't seen the other two movies of this trilogy. So I was wondering, like, did they initially live in this apartment and he kind of now has ownership of it because he's renting from it now?
Well,
But-
not really. It's just.
I don't think it's the same apartment that him and his Aunt May lived before in the
Oh,
beginning.
okay.
Yeah, it's just it's just there. It's just him moving on. I think that's just the symbolism.
Yeah.
What about the people who were talking in the background? Were they anyone familiar?
No, I think they're just randoms.
Okay, because I felt that would have been great Easter egg territory if you heard like familiar voices in the background.
Man, if Stan Lee was alive, you'd definitely think he'd be over there.
Oh yeah, he'd be cranking it.
He'd be
Yeah.
the landlord, honestly.
Oh yeah, probably yeah.
Would he
But,
be the guy with the
rest in
broom
peace.
hitting the ceiling? Hey, turn it down.
Yeah, honestly, if he was still alive, honestly, I miss the cameos. I really do. It's just tragic. He was taken away from us. I miss him.
Very tragic. Rest in peace.
Yeah, I miss those cameos, man. They were great.
So
It happens.
Yeah.
oh, I will say for me, I thought the movie was pretty good. Not just story wise, but visually. They went all out with the special effects. The one scene with the train and the mirror force, the mirror world, I forgot what it was called.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Yo, that honestly,
I
that
got
made
thoughts
me
about
queasy.
that.
That made me queasy. That's all I gotta
You-
say.
Honestly, it was kind of trippy, just like the Mysterio fight. Remember that, Eli?
Oh yeah, that was trippy too. But this was
Oh
more
my
trippy.
god.
They
Yeah.
went all out. It made me nauseous because, like, I guess I have motion sickness, and it was like all that movement. I was like, oh no, please. I was sitting there like, please no, I don't want to throw up.
Please, I'll be captured. I don't care.
Stop
Give me
it.
out.
End my suffering.
Give me out. Give me out.
Yeah, but yeah. So, what were your thoughts, Javier, about that?
Okay, my thoughts. Okay, let's see. The best part, Tobey Maguire. I was hyped. Michael was there. I was like, it's the boy. And then I remember, for me, it was kind of funny when I saw Green Goblin facing Peter at the apartment, and he did a Batista bomb down the floor. And Michael, tell him what you wanted to do during the movie, though.
So we do these kind of like wrestling commentaries for video game wrestling, and it just sparked an immediate like desire to just start shoutcasting during the movie in the theater. Oh, and we got a Batista bomb. He goes 3 floors down.
I feel like maybe one person
are those
probably
Lee
would have.
Kuei combinations? Look at Peter go! Bam, 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 bam. It was a little tempting, to say the least.
shoot.
But we
I
didn't
was
disturb the
screaming.
peace.
I was fanboying when they showed up. I was like, oh, it's them. I was clapping my hands like any big fan in the theater that day.
Yeah.
Just clapping my hands.
Because I saw Andrew Garfield, I'm like, okay. And I was like, where's Tommy Maguire? I'm here to see him. I'm like,
I
yes,
mean,
the boy.
Okay, so I like Toby. He's the OG for our generation. Andrew is the middle guy. Tom's the new guy.
Yeah.
Andrew's the middle child, so he's just there. I
Yeah.
respect him, but
I
was, of
respect
course,
him,
happier
but
to see
he's not as
Toby.
memorable.
I mean, okay, here, haha, big fan here. So when Ned opened the portal or whatever that thing is called, I'm not a Doctor Strange fan. Fight me. Anyway, so he,
There's a portal.
Okay.
yeah, so the portal. I saw, of course, Spider-Man in the alley. I was like, okay, that's definitely not Tom's Spider-Man. I pointed at the screen. I was like, it's as loud as I can say. I was like, it's Andrew. And then, of course, like that's an exaggeration, But either way,
Okay.
I was like, it's Andrew. And then, I was right. As soon as I saw him, because I recognized the design for his
Yeah.
costume, and of course he's a little taller, a little skinnier. I was
Yeah.
like, and also at the moment, I think Tom, like I'll just refer to their names so we don't confuse who's who.
Yeah.
Tom was in the apartment fixing everybody up, so obviously he wasn't going to be in a dark alley.
That's Spider-Man 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although it was funny, that alley kind of reminded me of Spider-Man 2 when he gave up his powers.
Yeah.
Yeah, spoiler
then-
alert if you haven't seen Spider-Man 2. If you haven't seen it, come on. Like, what's wrong with you?
From what,
Yeah.
2002?
Yeah, Toby's Spider-Man 2.
Which one was that? Oh, yeah,
And-
Doc Ock.
yeah.
I remember he was losing
Yeah,
his
the
powers.
original
Wasn't he?
trilogy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I was happy. I was happy that they reprised Doc Ock though. He was like one of my favorite Spider-Man
Oh,
villains.
yeah.
Honestly, I like all the villains from Spider-Man just because like in any other comic book universe, I think Spider-Man has like the most variety of villains
yeah.
in my opinion.
Yes.
Just because like I'm a fan of Mysterio and Doc Ock, and Electro's not that bad from the animated series.
I have some thoughts on them, but first off, Michael, what was your impression about them? Since you're like, you know, the control group or whatever.
Okay.
Of the villains.
Yeah.
Of the
How'd you-
villains?
Yeah. How would you feel about their acting / characters?
For Electro, like, obviously he was from
Jamie
the
Foxx.
Garfield.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was from the Garfield movie, which I did not see. So I was like, okay, there's a history here. I can clearly see it, but it's more of like, all right, well, the connection with me is not there. So, I mean, my loss, I guess. But
Yeah.
in terms of how they went down their path, Doc Ock, it made sense because I think that was the problem in like his original movie. Yeah.
Yes, it was. The chip got I think fried.
Electrocuted, fried.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then the tentacles were controlling him rather at that point.
And then Harry Osborn was like, "Turn it off, Otto. Turn it off." Yes. Yeah. I remember the scene just bit by bit. I've seen that
Yeah.
movie many times. I can quote it.
He's a true fan.
I don't know. Spider-Man 2 is really long.
No, it's not.
My only real big favorite part was the train scene. But nonetheless, back to the actual movie at hand. Electro was cool. Doc Ock was cool because I knew him.
Yeah. Green Goblin.
Green Goblin, I knew him too.
Or Green
Oh
Meanie.
yeah, I remember in the movie theater, I was like, hey, look, it's the guy from John Wick.
Oh no. Wait, who?
I didn't catch that reference.
Green Goblin.
Oh, wait.
Green
John
Goblin's
Wick.
the same. Yeah, Green
Was it
Goblin's the
William
same.
Dafoe?
Yeah, I
William
believe
Dafoe.
that was his. I believe that was his name. William
That is his
Dafoe.
name. Yes.
Yeah, William Dafoe. I think that was the actor.
That is his name. Yes.
Yes,
that is his
okay.
I
name.
don't know names, Eli.
I
But,
know his name.
Yeah, he was from John Wick. If from John
Okay.
Wick 1, if you remember correctly.
I guess not.
Never
Maybe he
saw
was there, but I didn't recognize him as much.
He was the guy who was trying to assassinate John Wick.
And
Alright,
like I
spoilers.
said, maybe I recognized him, but
I
it didn't
just
leave
said
an
I didn't
impression.
see it.
Oh, don't worry. They don't
Um,
succeed. They never do.
Anyway,
But- In terms of those villains, like from my very loose knowledge of comic books and movies, they were all recognizable villains. They weren't like villains that were just out of nowhere. I'm like, who
I don't
who in the
know.
world is this person?
It's
who
me,
is
the
this
Silver
Fox
Surfer.
Like, if anything, the Lizard Man would probably be one of them, but I feel
Yeah,
like I've
he's
seen
in
him
the
very
first
briefly
Andrew
somewhere
movie.
else. I like how they chose specific memorable villains, or I guess the main villains of, you know, all the Spider-Mans thus far that featured the other two actors. So that was really cool that they basically got to redeem what the other Spider-Men couldn't do by working together. But I don't know. Tom just got shafted, I think. And well, no, well,
Andrew.
in terms of his universe, he I think he got the worst of it. But in terms of like Garfield, I think they were soft roasting him like the whole time he was there. It was bad. Like in terms of Spider-Man 1, 2, or 3, he basically got, all right, I guess I'm 3. I guess I'm the last person. Like, oh, you don't need to remember me or whatnot. And then you had the issue of, oh, what was it? Oh no, I'm blanking on it.
No.
Was
Oh,
it
yeah.
him?
You know what I also remember while you're thinking about that? You know what I just noticed?
What?
Tobey Maguire had 3 movies of Spider-Man, And then Tom Holland had 3 movies of Spider-Man. Yet Andrew Garfield got the short end of the stick and only had 2. Justice
man.
for Andrew Garfield. Give him a 3rd movie. It's
Ma-
only fair.
Hey, the writing didn't work. I remember. Look, we're not here to critique about the movie. We're just talking about this movie. We can make that a separate thing. I'll talk about it.
If that writing was bad, then like he was kind of actively showing it because he was kind of soft depressed about what had happened on his side of the universe. Like he's always like down and feeling bad about what happened, who he lost.
Here's the thing, Michael. I will say this. As a character, Peter Parker, he's not happy. This dude is struggling. He, as a character, is always having something inflicted on him because he is Spider-Man, and he's not happy because since he's living 2 lives, he can't have, like, for example, a relationship, because sometimes in some universes there's a problem where, oh hey, yeah, we'll go for dinner. Oh, this bank is getting robbed. Let me stop it. I stopped it. Great. Oh, I'm late for dinner. I'm sorry. Peter, this is the 5th time you stood me up. It's over. I'm leaving you. And then, in the back of his head's like, I was doing this, but she doesn't know that. That's the struggle. And Uncle Ben keeps dying every universe.
Not this one.
Gwen died in one universe too. So pretty much this dude is like, I can go on and on, but point is, he has so many things capping him. That's why he's a relatable character to me. And yeah, I'm fanboying, but anyway, just know that he's a tragic character at best. Like, you've seen Into the Multiverse, Spider-Verse. Yeah.
Spider-Verse.
So pretty much Benjamin, Peter Parker, or whatever. That is pretty much the prime poster child of, I'm happy a little bit, but then I get really, really hit hard by life. And I just can't really get a slack with that. So that pretty much, to me, unfortunately, is who Spider-Man / Peter Parker is.
Yeah, I mean, I get that his character, like, they're always throwing adversity at him, and the big redeeming factor about Spider-Man is always how he perseveres through it, and he always tries to be the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. But like, I feel like they were kind of throwing some shade here and there at Garfield, or at least they wrote it into the script because they knew that his movies were not as well liked by the fans, I guess.
Right.
So they were just kind of pointing it out. It was like, yeah, we get it. But like, I mean, to be the actor of like the lesser liked series, like, it just sucks.
It really does.
Yeah, it does.
It's like if you're a baseball player and you go to like the World Series and then you lose, and then next year, like, for whatever reason, you get to go there and shoutcast and like, yeah, my team was there and we also lost. It sucked. I mean, you don't really want to continue to relive failure.
Okay.
You want to move past it. You want to overcome it. But nonetheless, I enjoyed how they worked the villains into the movie. What was my my one big negative thought I had about the movie was that the characters were, I feel like they were written a little too immature. They to me they felt like middle school students, not high school / new
Peter
college
and his
students.
friends.
Yeah, Peter and his friends.
Yeah, I kind of agree. They were kind of a little childish at some points.
Peter in every universe, he's supposed to be really smart. He's one of the smartest people on Earth in terms of like the superheroes. So why would he be so dense and dumb to think that oh, let me just talk while Doctor Strange is performing a spell that could break the universe.
That's true.
I feel like
straight up,
that,
oh, I want this to happen. Just, like,
yeah,
terms like beforehand.
He's smart enough to know that big things require planning and, you know, your true understanding of what you want.
Yeah.
So that you can get it done. So it's like he really felt like a 12-year-old, not like a 17-year-old.
I will say this in his defense. He didn't know the spell was going to make everyone forget. He thought maybe a select few for some reason weren't going to forget.
No,
Yeah,
but
but he straight up.
Doctor Strange even told him straight up.
Did he? Like
did.
everyone?
He
like,
told
this
him
will
like
erase
immediately.
everyone's memory in the world.
I guess so, yeah.
And
I
then
guess
like
plot.
He's
Yeah.
like, wait, everyone? He's like, yes.
Everyone.
Granted, Doctor Strange was a little too quick to start the spell too.
That's true.
I guess he was very busy at that time.
He's like, okay, let me get you out of here, son, so I can get back to my magic.
He's running a Smash tournament.
Yeah.
But I would say the villains for me, yeah, they're all pretty good. Willem Dafoe, shoot, his acting was very on the par. Like, he has not lost his touch when he was.
He never did.
Yeah, his role. I was like, damn.
Never
I
did.
was watching, it's like, this dude still has it.
Of course. It's Willem
Doc Ock,
Dafoe.
you know, yeah, Doc Ock, you know, he pretty much was about the same.
He was great.
Yeah. Jamie, you know, he was just there.
Jamie Foxx, oh yeah.
My only issue, was just that in the movies, like, he was originally geeky. He died or whatever, became a villain. Okay. Started to be bad. Okay, great. I didn't really see his personality as being kind of like gangster / thuggish or whatever. Because I felt like that was kind of weird. I was like, why is he acting like he's the thing? Like, yeah, I'm the shit. Like, no, dude, come on, chill out. Yeah, you got power, but kind of be a little humble. Come on, you don't be that arrogant. That's just me. That was like, that nice shape up kind of like boosts his ego. But that's me. Yeah.
He seemed very, very greedy for power in this movie.
He was, yeah.
Like, the moment he had a glimpse at the Stark Industries tech, like he was already thinking about what he could do with it. But like, I don't know, like you would think he would also be smart enough to think like, all right, well, if I went this route, they're just going to try to stop me.
Nah.
But why would you think, well, I'm just going to be more powerful than them?
They're just going to stand there and let me take the power.
Yeah. Sandman, he just didn't care.
He just wanted to go home.
Yeah, man, he just wanted to go to his wife. Honestly,
His
the one
dog.
thing that was so weird. Why was him as a character always in Sandman like his sand mode, whatever? He didn't show him Mark the Flinto like his.
Maybe they didn't reprise the actor himself.
I mean, he showed up later on, but
yeah, that is true.
I was like, I don't know why they did that, but
maybe they just wanted to keep that CGI money.
Yeah, I mean, like, my girlfriend told me afterwards, we were discussing it, I mentioned that. She said, like, oh, it's probably because, you know, to remind the audience who he is, because if he was just, you know, his own normal self, halfway people would be like, who's that again? They're like, oh yeah, he's the Sandman dude.
Yeah,
makes sense.
That's true.
Yeah.
Same with Lizard Man. But Lizard Man was like, you know, permanent change.
Yeah.
Lizard.
Which is weird, because they cured him. But whatever, there was a loopholes in the villains. Like, my thing was, what's it, Green Goblin, he died. So how is he still there?
Because I think it pulls him off. It's kind of weird because like how they did it is like they pulled them from multiverses, but from different timelines.
Yeah, maybe
before
didn't-
they died.
Yeah, that's probably what happened. Yeah.
Well, actually, from what Doc Ock said, he fell into the water with his son, then poof, and then he was there. So maybe by the time they were about to die, they were teleported into their Tom Holland's dimension.
Yeah, or maybe there was like totally different universe from what our movies were, you know?
Yeah,
That could be it too. It was like, oh yeah, that's a different universe from that movie.
yeah,
Same thing, just slight change, you know?
yeah. It's just weird. Oh yeah, I do wanna add one thing. The mirror world stuff, that was pretty cool. And I remember when Doctor Strange shattered the reality, I was like, imagine if Blackbeard can do that.
Oh no.
Imagine if Blackbeard can break realities, Eli, with that effect. Gee, ha 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 ha. Doosh.
That's too much power.
Too much power.
Power of the sun.
It's great.
Blackbeard, way too much power.
You wanted to add something, Michael?
Yeah, like they mentioned in the movie, like, all right, if they go back, they would most likely die because apparently they were pulled into this universe at a moment in which they were about to die.
Yeah.
So like, what would be the point of fixing them? We did not get to see any sign that like when they returned to safety, or they returned to a point
different
where
timeline. I don't
well,
know.
like Doc Ock, he was going to drown, right?
Yeah,
and-
with the sun.
So like with the fixed chip, and you know he's thinking clearly, would he return to drowning? Would he return to a point in which he could like, hey Peter, you don't have to do this. We'll stop it.
You gotta believe me, just trust me.
Will that happen? In which case, like, you have new timelines in which, like, Toby and Doc Ock are now kind of working together.
Well, they were working together in the beginning, weren't they?
Yeah, they were. And then the
Yeah.
chip got screwed. And then Doc Ock got really mad because he thought that Peter was trying to steal his work or destroy his work.
Yeah.
And, you know, that
Well-
didn't help.
Well,
So, I
he
mean,
thought
like-
Spider-Man was trying to sabotage him, but same thing.
And Electro, it was kind of a jealousy thing with Spider-Man. They both knew each other, but Spider-Man seemed to have things going well his way, and Electro is, you know, it didn't happen things didn't go well for him, and so he was jealous of it.
Yeah,
That's what I got from the movie. But
okay, I see. Okay.
But the main point is, if they were all fixed just to die, then was it just to like make reparations for what happened to them? Or
guess.
are they just gonna have a new timeline where good things happen to them?
Well, they never explain it, and they probably won't.
Yeah.
I guess it's just up to us, but I feel like you're right. You're just gonna go back to die regardless.
Yeah.
So I guess that's
Die
just
or another
for plot.
timeline.
Just for plot slash anime, social justice, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Because Peter was like, "Oh, I'm gonna send him home." She's like, "Nah, fix him. It's the right thing to do."
Even though it really wasn't his place to do that.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but whatever, you know.
And-
It's all time.
The two big negatives was just the confusion with the villains and why they needed to be fixed, and it was the kids acting way too much like immature kids.
Yeah.
But
So before we
It's
move
rough.
on, Harry, do you have anything else to add on to that?
Let's see. Not my favorite universe, and everyone knows why. I remember I whispered this to Michael. I was like, I hate this universe. I like Tobey Maguire's universe more, actually.
Damn.
Less tragedy.
Wait a minute.
Well,
No. Wait, what? No.
honestly-
I'm gonna school you.
No, Uncle Ben's death is a given. We can't change time.
No,
We've
Uncle
seen what happens.
Ben, freaking Harry died.
I never cared for Harry.
Oh man. Oh no. After his redemption arc in the third one. Wow. Cruel.
Yeah, he didn't deserve it, but I didn't care enough.
Wow.
wow,
He-
That's all I gotta say. Just wow.
it sounds like Flash Part 2.
Freaking because like the reason I don't like Tom Holland's universe is just because Uncle Ben pulled an Ash's dad on him. Where is he?
I don't
Is he
know, man.
dead?
No one knows.
I don't know.
They never acknowledged it, and they really did a good job of keeping us away from thinking about it.
Until now.
Yeah, and so now I was like, oh, wait a minute. She said, well, whatever, spoiler alert was already given.
Yeah,
and May
literally.
dying, and then her
Great
saying,
power.
with great power comes great responsibility. Let's all say it at the same time. With great power comes great responsibility.
Great responsibility.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I thought that was cheap, honestly. I was like, oh, okay. I get it, he had to hear it. No one else has told it before.
I thought you already heard it before from the first one because I never saw the first one until you told me. I'm like,
No,
what? Uncle Ben
never
doesn't
heard
exist
it.
in this universe?
This guy never heard it until that moment. That's why I was a little bit, oh, okay.
Yeah, because I was
get it,
so
but
confused. I was like, is she repeating what he said? Or
No, this is literally his Uncle Ben dying moment.
damn.
Except this is out, which
Man,
is, smart time. The whole time and relativity. and
I also have
multiverse.
another question actually. You know how he erased everyone's memories?
Yeah.
What about technology? Does it erase every trace of like Peter Parker wise that was recorded in history too?
I mean, I think maybe people forgot they had the recording and just let it be, I guess. I mean, that's true. I mean, I don't know.
Because I'm thinking about the glasses from freaking Stark Industries.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
Because it registered to him. Like,
But
did that?
Javier,
It's
if our
technology.
cameras capture it and our videos record it, does it exist?
Yes, it should exist.
Reference
Yes,
to it.
the data is still there.
States.
That's another big loophole.
Yeah.
They're gonna have footage of Peter there, but they're not gonna know who the hell he is or why he has like Avengers access or whatnot.
Yeah.
I mean, they still apparently recognized Spider-Man. Like when Happy was talking to him in the graveyard, he said,
Yeah.
"Oh yeah, Spider-Man." I'm like, "Oh, at least they remember him. They just don't know who he is."
Yeah, they just don't know who he is.
But that soft reset, I feel like that's going to be annoying. It's like, "Hey guys, I'm Spider-Man. I gotta reveal it to you guys again." Blah blah blah. Now let's go. What? I don't believe you. Or I don't know. It's gonna be weird moving on, but
Yeah.
either way. How did you guys feel about the interaction between the three legends?
Oh, it was great.
I kind of wanted like more downtime so that they can just chat, have fun.
But Michael, the fate of the universe, as we know it, was at stake.
Screw the
they-
universe.
They were taking their time with it the whole time.
Hey,
I mean,
Time
the
moves
whole
forward
movie was
slowly.
extended because of that.
time slowly.
Oh yeah, the shonen curse. If you talk a lot, if you monologue, you slow down time.
Yeah, exactly. They were monologuing. They were having fun.
I mean, Tom Holland was apparently the only one who worked in a group.
yeah, we have the Avengers. That's
Like,
great.
What the hell are the Avengers? Like, he could have just been rattling off, like, oh, we got this guy who shoots arrows, and of course you've met Doctor Strange. And we got this dude in an iron suit. He's
We
really
got green
smart.
guy.
Okay, we got big green Hulk guy.
Oh, green. Okay,
We
Like,
got
wait.
some American guy.
he's a true American patriot.
Yeah. We got we got people from outer space. I'm like, wait, what?
Oh yeah, that was kind of funny. He did mention like, oh, I fought aliens. I went to space. And I was like, wow, it's funny. But I've seen all of them. It was nice seeing him on the screen again. Of course, obviously.
One last time.
Yeah, but Tom, of course, was the lead head honcho since it was his movie.
Mm-hmm.
He's taking the lead. Andrew, he was awkward. He was really awkward energy. I mean, that was his whole gimmick. He was just awkward. But Toby, he's just there, humble, sincere. Just that guy just sits in the corner, just smiling like, "You did good."
Yeah.
Oh, you know what's funny though? Actually,
What?
Tobey Maguire was the oldest, I believe, and then
Yeah,
Andrew, and then then Tom. Wow.
Yep.
Yeah, he was
Like
the
in
old
age as
man.
actors, I would assume.
Old man Spider-Man. But I did like that though, because with that dynamic, he was kind of like, I wouldn't say the sorry, I wouldn't say the mentor of the group, but since he was a little more experienced and older, he kind of did talk to them like, you know, as he would like to like father son kind of thing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like when Andrew was like having self-doubt for some odd reason, like you
Yeah.
know, he was like, oh no, you're good, you know, like just saying all
You're
these
great.
words of encouragement. I was like, ah, yes, that's the sincerity and niceness, no, kindness, yeah, the kindness you respect from Toby's Spider-Man, Peter Parker, yeah. But yeah, pretty funny.
Yeah.
But I guess all that's left now to talk about is just the ending.
It was
Which-
kind of bittersweet, really,
Yeah.
because I don't know what he was thinking. It's kind of weird because like he didn't want to mention anything. Like, does he not want them to be friends anymore just
Oh,
to
you're talking about
protect
the scene in
them?
the bakery?
Yeah, like does he not want to be friends with them anymore just to protect them, or as Michael pointed out, let the friendship grow naturally?
Yeah.
Yeah.
we
just
were
for
discussing
context.
this later.
Yeah. I would just add a
after
little
the-
context real quick.
Mhm.
He's referring to the scene when, after the whole aftermath, he goes to the shop where MJ is working, and he sees both him and Ned or whatever, Neville, I forgot his name.
Ned.
Yeah. So then he's like, you know, he has a whole speech ready, the paragraph to tell him how, like, oh, we're friends and this happened. But like Javier said, he didn't really go for it. He kind of just like, just talk to them a little bit. But I agree with Michael. I think he was just letting it happen naturally. But go on now, since now that everyone knows what you're referring to.
Yeah. So I saw it in two scenarios. Like so the first one, he's doing it naturally. He kind of walked in as they were discussing. MJ was discussing with Ned their MIT kind of plans. And see, the thing is, if he was going to, you know, try to brew up the friendship naturally, he would have like mentioned, "Oh, hey, I'm also going to MIT. You guys have any plans for like, you know, living situation or whatnot?" You know, he could have sparked a conversation there so that they would be, you know, friends going into the school. But he didn't do that. And so that leads me to believe that he's kind of leaning towards, yeah, they're just going to be acquaintances now. People he knows and likes, but they don't know him in return. And probably the big part that leads to that conclusion is when Peter was looking at MJ, he saw the Band-Aid on her eyebrow. And he was kind of reminded of what she could have sacrificed just by being with him. And so he probably, you know, he probably got scared of that kind of reality where she would be put in danger again because of him. So it's more of those kind of problems that Peter, you know, is always struggling with, no matter what incarnation you're looking at. But
Yeah.
I guess we're just gonna have to see in the future what's gonna happen.
I will say, from like adding on to what you're saying, when this is kind of funny, but in my mind, I was like, okay, he's gonna go give a whole speech. So, you know, apparently they're still friends, just not with Peter.
Yeah.
When Ned walked in, I
Yeah.
honestly thought he was going to kiss Mary Jane. I thought,
know.
I was like,
Yeah.
oh no, don't do this to this man. I thought they were going to kiss. I thought it was going to be like, oh yeah, they're in a relationship because they don't know Peter. So they got together because they're cool friends, buddy, whatever. I was like, I held my heart. I was like, no, please. But thankfully, nothing like that happened. I was like, oh, I mean, if it did, I mean, shoot, even more reason to kind of just stay away, I guess. But
Yeah.
but I'm thankfully that didn't happen.
Yeah, that would have been
was
crushing.
weird. But that was weird. Why would they kind of like make it seem like it was going to happen? The way they kind of like walked into each other. I was like, oh no. But yeah. That was honestly a pretty sad / no, actually bittersweet moment.
Yeah.
Because they're alive.
He saved the multiverse, but at what cost, really?
He just became another face in the crowd, literally.
Yeah.
Oh man. But I will say, I'm kind of moving on unless you guys have anything else to say.
Oh yeah, and then at the cemetery at Aunt May's grave,
Mhm.
why didn't he say that he was her nephew? He just didn't want to say anything.
That's true. Like, does no one know him at all to the point where they don't know that, oh, she has a nephew, it's Peter?
Yeah.
I guess maybe that's what happened. Just, I don't know. That was
hole.
that was kind of sad. I was like, damn, so this man literally became a ghost.
Honestly, to him, it's like the best thing ever, honestly. It's kind of like a gift and a curse.
This is kind of like more like kind of putting it ground into reality, but if everyone forgot who he is, does he still have a social security card? Does he have an ID? Does he exist in their system, Or,
Yes.
yeah?
Just the electronics, no. The people don't. And
yeah, true,
people
yeah.
who look at the electronics aren't necessarily going to be like, wait a minute, I don't recognize this person. Like, I highly
Wait
doubt
a
it.
minute, I have this recording of this guy named Peter, and it's saying he's Spider-Man. That's weird. Delete.
Yeah. If anything, I think at the scene at the cemetery, he kept himself hidden from, was it Happy?
Yeah.
Because, well, the big thing was he wrecked that dude's apartment by getting all those villains
Yo.
to trash it.
Yeah, that is true.
Wow.
So like, yeah, you don't want Peter to have that problem. You're fine if Spider-Man is the one dealing with that problem.
But here's the thing. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
His apartment's wrecked. He got wrecked. It's demolished. So that's a plot hole, if anything. Like, he's like, why is this broken? Oh, I don't know. Wonder why. Maybe the villains are here for some reason. I don't know. But unless he let Spider-Man like crash at his pad, and then shenanigans happen. But man, that down payment's gone.
Yeah.
It's gone, bro.
They ain't getting it back.
Rent. It's gone.
You guys
too.
want to talk about the epilogue
Is that
right at the
ending?
end?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the
Epilogue.
one at the bar.
Oh, Venom.
Yeah.
Oh, that? Shoot. I would say, for me, I'm not that big fan of Venom. Like, cause, big fan here. Big talk. Yeah, it just does not connect with the freaking universe. It makes no sense. Why, like, why does he have a freaking spider on him? Like, that makes no sense. He got that from Peter Parker, from his design, from the suit. I want to just rant about it. I just don't like it. I don't like it to the point where I don't acknowledge it to be like legit. So it's just there. I don't care.
Hey, but there's gonna be a Venom in that universe now.
Better
Due to
be
the multiverse.
Good. Better be good, honestly. If that's their way of being like, hey guys, we screwed up, but clean slate. Now he's gonna be in that universe, and we're
A
going to
different
make it
Venom,
legit.
really.
But if he's talking the same, and he's like, I guess I'll describe it as goofball, whatever, shenanigans. I'm not going. But that's a different story. But you guys go ahead and say your piece about the epilogue.
It was cool seeing Venom. That's about it.
Oh,
I was really confused because I hadn't seen the Venom movies.
Yeah, then I
And-
pointed it out to you later. I was like, oh, that's Venom, actually.
And I was like, wait, what? because it was making it seem like there was a creature that was kind of bound to his chest. That was.
I thought it was gonna be like Men in Black, honestly.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because like,
Hole.
yeah, because like the way that bar scene was set up kind of reminded me of something how Men in Black would set up something when it's an alien encounter. Honestly.
Right.
Yeah, so I was like, is there an alien? It's like, are they gonna be the little gray people and shit? Is this a Men in Black X Marvel crossover? Oh god.
Wow.
But no, it was Venom.
They come in, terminate the extraterrestrial, and then like do the laser beam at the bartender
Oh yeah.
to make him forget that someone owes him money.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I guess we can move on. I think the
Closing thoughts?
Well, we haven't talked about the ending, like the final fight scene, but we could briefly
Ending,
talk about it if you want. Like, I would say I like seeing all three of them fight together. I like
Oh yeah. That's your liberty.
velocity, not velocity, sorry. The ferocity? Is that it? Furious?
ferocity.
Yeah, ferocity of Tom. Yo, that dude was out for blood. You see the way he punched through the metal, which I guess is copper, I don't know. The statue's like shield. He just broke that joint like nothing. It's like,
Yeah.
dude. And
Bronze.
then, bronze, yeah. And he just plopped it in there. I was like, oh no. And he almost stabbed freaking Green Goblin with his own
his glider.
which is kind of funny because he did die that way. So I was like, wow, he's gonna try to kill him unknowingly the same way he dies in that universe. But you know, OG Toby comes in and is like, no, fam, it's not the way. Not the way of the Spidey. He's like, oh snap, you're right. But yeah, your thoughts?
Oh yeah. I remember. I like to point out a little loophole though. When Toby got stabbed, and then when he got up with Andrew, there was no stab mark.
You know that I noticed that too.
Little attention to detail. Me and Michael were looking. We're like, wait, he didn't get stabbed. What the hell?
Like, not only that, he got stabbed in the back. He should be in excruciating pain, but no, they just send him off like he, you know, it's perfectly fine. Like, yeah, you'll be fine. Go back to your own universe. Like, yeah, I've been stabbed before. I'm like,
They heal him up.
dude.
Mary Jane finds him dead on the couch.
Oh my god.
Basically.
But I will say though, I like throughout the movie they kept like, well, this is more like I noticed like the scenes they showed. I was like, oh wait a minute, that's the part that was leaked supposedly, unknowingly the whole time is true. I'm like, oh, I remember that scene, that part like with Andrew gripping the metal. I'm like, oh wow, that's where that scene came from. Oh wow, that's why Lizard's neck like stretched across the screen because he got hit by Andrew. Wow, it was all legit. All of those leaks, whole time were real. That's
Wow.
crazy.
Wow.
Although I don't really like the leaks being leaked in the
People
first place.
spoiling the fun.
Yeah,
I didn't even know about the leaks, honestly.
Oh,
I didn't.
okay, so there's like little parts here and there that were leaked. It wasn't anything crazy. They showed Andrew like on the floor of like some kind of metal, like metal bridge, which was the construction bridge later on seen at the Statue of Liberty. But of course, you know, blue screen, green screened it, so everyone thought it was fake. There was a scene where the trailer, when they showed, you know, like Tom and everyone are like, oh, okay, real cool. And then apparently the Brazilian trailer had when they're like jumping towards Tom, all three of them or four of them, for some reasons, the lizard's neck stretched for some odd reason. It was very weird. I thought it was fake,
CGI.
but no, it was actually part of the movie. I looked at the neck. It was accordingly to like the impact of the hit. So, you know, Brazil just messed up when they released it, or whoever released that branch of that video. But overall, it was a good movie. I loved it. So anything else before I guess probably wrap it up? or you guys have more to say?
It was a fun fight scene, because they were all kind of, scatterbrained. They almost never fight in a group. And Tom, who apparently had fought as a group before, the youngest had to teach the old ones something, which I guess was kind of like paying them back for the mental counseling they gave him earlier on. But like I really wanted them a little bit more time to kind of just work together. I think that would have been cool. But the fight was really good. I didn't think that they would have planned where to put each of the cures. I guess that was a smart idea on their end, so that it's not readily apparent that they're gonna try to cure each of the villains. But it worked out. It was a cool scene. And especially with like the spell breaking apart.
Oh yeah, the universe shattering.
Yeah, about that. I feel like throughout the movie when the universe shattered, there was like hints here and there from like of Easter eggs. I didn't catch them all because I honestly did not know anything about like the multiverse stuff.
Weren't there like astral beings?
Yeah, I saw one thing. I was like, what the hell is that? I don't know if you saw it. It was like for a quick second they showed something kind of moving and kind of glanced at the crack.
Yeah.
It was like a humanoid looking thing. I don't know.
Yeah, they were entering the portal.
Oh, this isn't the first time when Doctor Strange broke the stuff.
Oh yeah.
It was really quick. I was like, what the hell is that? Pretty sure someone was like, typing it away. Well, actually, that is a reference to issue number 244 of Galactic Quest. I don't know, some crap. I don't know. I mean,
we would appreciate the reference.
Yeah, I'll appreciate it, but I just don't know it.
Yeah.
I'm only so much of a fan of one particular fan of Spider-Man.
I can see Blackbeard leaking through the multiverse with this quake fruit.
Wow, so anime got in there too.
Yeah. He used his power to break the realities. You're like too much power.
Damn. I can see the memes of that happening, but...
Oh my god. I was waiting for a Dante. I was like, what the hell is this? Either way, the fight scene was pretty good. Them curing everyone. I remember towards the end when everyone went back home. Who was it, Michael, that threw out the peace sign and then disappeared?
I think it was Garfield.
Yeah. It was so funny because Garfield was like, peace, and then he disappeared. It reminded me of that one meme where the guy disappeared. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
I posted it in the chat there, in the other Discord, Eli. You should see it. It's really funny.
I know what you're talking about. He's talking about the dude.
Yeah,
he
was like deuces, and then just disappears. Yeah.
Anyway, closing notes. I give the movie a 9 out of 10. Highly recommend it if you're a big fan of Spider-Man, just like anyone else like me.
Okay. I give it like a 8.5.
Alright, well.
Really solid movie.
Yeah, solid movie. Alright, well, thanks for listening, guys. Yes, past the plot holes, past the CGIs, past all the jokes. I'm a bit of a podcaster myself, Yeah,
much like everyone else. Oh my god.
But anyway,
either way.
Thanks for listening, guys. And subscribe if you haven't. And peace out. Later.
Take care.
Yep.
And bye.
Later.